Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, moviepilot.com, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just saw Daddy's Home 2. It is the sequel to 2015's Daddy's Home. It stars Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, Mel Gibson, John Lithgow, John Cena, Linda Cardellini, Alessandra Ambrosio, probably butchered that pronunciation. And it is directed by Sean Anders, who directed the first movie, directed That's My Boy with Adam Sandler, directed Horrible Bosses 2, underrated sequel in my opinion. And I think he directed Sex Drive. If you want to get a shout out in my review of Justice League, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. So you got Brad, played by Will Ferrell, Dusty, played by Mark Wahlberg. They're co-dads. They work as a team to raise the kids. If you've seen the first movie, you're not gonna watch this movie if you haven't seen the first one. So they're Mark Wahlberg's kids. Will Ferrell's the stepdad. After the first movie, they bonded. They get along now. Their dads show up for Christmas. Mel Gibson and John Lithgow. They want to do Christmas a certain way. They still kind of do it, but a monkey wrench gets thrown into the plans, and different forms of comedy take place. There's really no way to describe the plot. I mean, I don't think very many people care about spoilers for this movie, but I mean, it's Christmas, the families are together, the grandpas show up, and funniness takes place. I mean, I thought after seeing the first movie, 2 years ago now, I thought it was decent. I thought it was better than a lot of Will Ferrell's recent comedies. It's just like Will Ferrell of this decade is far, far away from the greatness of Will Ferrell of last decade. Like, him and Adam McKay need to get together and Adam McKay needs to direct an original Will Ferrell comedy. Like, that's when Will Ferrell was in his prime, when he was directed by Adam McKay. And one of those starred Mark Wahlberg. The other guys, so underrated. And so I mean, I had mild excitement. Like, the trailers were silly. My interest in this movie was this seems like the complete opposite of any movie Mel Gibson would ever do. Like, he's done What Women Want was like a romantic comedy. The Lethal Weapon series is action comedy, buddy comedy, whatever you want to call it. He's never done, that I recall, just straight comedy. And Mel Gibson and John Lithgow play exactly who you think Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell's characters' dads would be. Um, and it's family comedy, you know what I mean? So, like, the arc that the characters are gonna take. A little bit of family drama ensues. There's one person in the movie who isn't in the movie as much as I thought they'd be. After rewatching Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, I keep interrupting my own thoughts as I talk out loud. I can't help it. But Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell just work together so well. They're so funny together. Their relationship is ridiculous. There's one gag that I can't really give it away. The main male characters are asleep. They all four wake up. That's one of the funniest parts of the movie. And then I want to say the end. I get the end where, like, most of all the issues get resolved. The physical harm that some of these characters take on is just so unrealistic. But in this type of movie, you don't care. Like, it's all for laughs. Like, I was laughing a lot. I laughed quite a bit. There's one really silly cameo. At the end of the day, though, this movie could really be called A Bad Dad's Christmas. The PG-13 A Bad Dad's Christmas. It's really PG-13 because they let the kids say some harsh language, but the kids are funny. Like, the kids were funny in the first movie. The kids are funny in this movie, man. If you enjoyed the first movie, you're gonna enjoy this one. It it's kind of a Bad Mom's Christmas PG-13 with, I mean, minor story changes. It They hit a lot of the same notes. Like it's blowing my mind how similar these two movies are right now. Yeah, like it's a solid family watch. Like the crowd was there's some self-referential humor in it too, so that was funny. Um there's there to in the finale, all the characters are in one place and there is something that they're doing, and that was really funny. It's a holiday themed sequel, and I mean, I didn't hate it, man. Like I laughed a lot. Like I said, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg just have crazy chemistry. Mel Gibson was funny. Mel Gibson was hilarious. Not and John Lithgow was funny, man. Like you see how extreme him and Will Ferrell are in their relationship in the trailers. I mean, but obviously, like not all the jokes work. A lot of jokes work. I said over and over. I laughed a lot. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, though, right? So it's not all jokes land. But with all that being said, though, man, in my opinion, Daddy's Home 2 is solid and a half. Um, I liked it about as much as the first one, man. The first one, while I won't call it original, I mean the first in the series, it's a hair better. Like I think I said about Bad Moms, like Bad Moms is a hair better than a Bad Moms Christmas. Daddy's Home is a hair better than Daddy's Home 2. So have you seen Daddy's Home 2? What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know, man. If you want to get a shout out of my Justice League review, man, just predict the top 5 movies at the box office this weekend. Get your guesses in before noon Central Time, Sunday, before football kicks off. Um, I recently posted reviews for Murder on the Orient Express, for Thor Ragnarok, for Bad Moms Christmas. Check those out, man. I got a movie talk from last month up. Check that out. I want to see Justice League. I want to see The Star. I want to see Coco. I'll get y'all a movie talk by the end of this month, and then we in December. Um, like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.